Shout out to Real Life Fake Wizard, a fantastic channel. Highly recommend checking them out. I will put their videos and link in description below. Fake Wizard on X. Super Bowl ads cost $8 to $10 million for 60 seconds. Pokemon Legends ZA cost $13 million. They spent 65% of the Legends ZA budget on this crappy Super Bowl ad, but won't put that money towards making better games. Pokemon fans keep eating dirt. I will just add on to this, not correct, but add on to this a little bit more because it's actually worse than what he said. Because this is just taking into account what it costs for the ad for the 60 seconds. I got to check this, but I think that's for 30 seconds. It might be double that, or around 14 to 16 million for 60 seconds. And that's not taking into account the cost of the celebrities that they hired and the production of the commercial in general. We're talking upwards of potentially $20 million for this commercial to be made about a game in the series that cost $13 million to make, telling you that the Pokemon Company cares not about improving Pokemon games. They just want people to just keep buying their game, which blows my mind. From IGN, Pokemon Super Bowl ad asks Lady Gaga, Trevor Noah, and more, what's your favorite Pokemon? Now, the reason why I want to bring this IGN article up in particular is because it's from great friend of the channel, Rebecca Valentine, the same chick that was trying to slander Black Myth Wukong about the sexual harassment, the studio, Game Science. Yeah, that same journal. She goes on to just glaze the Pokemon Company and how much she, of course, loves Lady Gaga, like all these journalists do, and Trevor Noah, because they all stand for the same ideologies. Because at the end of the day, that's their guiding light and their principles. It has nothing to do with anything else. Just do they align with me politically? Then I will like them and I will cheer it on. Pokemon's promised ad spot for the Super Bowl just aired. And in it, we got a glimpse into Pokemon preferences of celebrities, such as Lady Gaga. Oh my God, I could not give two shits. Trevor Noah, oh my God, same thing. Charles Leclerc, don't even know who he is, don't care, and more. The minute-long ad shows Lady Gaga, Trevor Noah, Formula One racer Charles Leclerc, singer Jisoo, actor, not even going to try to say that name, Spanish football player, soccer for Americans, player Lamine Yamal, and rapper Young Miko, all describing their favorite Pokemon before eventually revealing them. Lady Gaga, of course, picked Jigglypuff. And Jigglypuff even did a brief little duet with her singing its signature song. Trevor Noah picked... What even is this? Was this written by a 5-year-old? What even is this article? Who cares? At the end of the ad, with all the celebrities asking the audience, what's your favorite? This question is the start of a year-long campaign put on by the Pokemon Company in celebration of its 30th anniversary. In addition to the ad, the Pokemon Company is kicking things off by introducing a new camera feature. Who the hell cares? None of this article talks about the money involved with the commercial. How could you skip out on that? That's the story, not this. What is this? Are you retarded? How is this the article you got? Pokemon's 30th is a big moment for the franchise, and we're expecting them to celebrate in style? I genuinely can't with these people. So on Reddit, Kotaku in action, former Nintendo employees claim Pokemon Legends ZA only needs to sell about 200,000 units to break even. And that links to a Game Rant article. Former Nintendo employees claim Pokemon Legends ZA only needs to sell 200,000 units to break even, according to former Nintendo employees. Incredibly low number of sales to reach profitability is only possible because Pokemon Legends ZA reportedly has an extremely low budget. How could IGN write that article and not mention this massive elephant in the room? Former Nintendo employees Krista Yang and Kit Ellis discussed their recent Pokemon leak on their channel and mentioned an interesting detail regarding Pokemon Legends ZA. Its budget is around 2 billion yen. $13 million. While these leaked numbers may be outdated and should be taken with a grain of salt, Ellis said they indicate that Pokemon Legends ZA would only need to sell around 200,000 units to become profitable, which is a remarkably low number. Ellis then criticized Nintendo for not injecting a bit more money into the series, as they were guaranteed cash cows, but still felt somewhat lackluster in terms of graphics, for example. In any case, it bears noting that the marketing budget, which is generally fairly large for Pokemon games and may be well over 13 million, was not part of these estimates. Well, shit. I don't know if they're counting the Super Bowl as part of the ZA, but my goodness, this is r/Pokemon. It just hit me that the cost to air the Super Bowl commercial alone was more than the entire development of Pokemon Legends CA. Super Bowl ads are $8 to $10 million for 30 seconds, and Pokemon just aired a 1-minute ad. That should be around 16 to 20 million without the production cost. And from the Terra leaks, we know that Legends ZA cost 13 million, which means the commercial cost far more than the actual development of the game. I cannot stress this enough. If people do not look at this for what it is and get pissed, I don't know what to tell you. But this is the Pokemon Company spitting in your face and laughing all the way to the bank that you are dumb enough to continue to purchase their games, knowing full well that they do not need to put any additional money into them. I've talked about this before, but this is just in your face, rubbing it in your face. We're talking upwards of $20+ million for one advertisement that was 60 seconds long. It's not like a full year campaign costing them that, which would have been nuts in its own right. One ad cost more than the entire development of Pokemon Legends ZA. Allegedly. Okay? Even if it's not more, it's close. All right? Like, this should not even be the same conversation. This is insanity. At what point are people going to speak up and say, hey, what the hell are you doing with your money over there, Pokemon Company? Why are you spending all this money on the Super Bowl instead of putting it into the development of your game? Why would you not make this game as good as possible? Instead of making the game better, improving it, injecting things that people are begging for to make it the best Pokemon experience you possibly can, we see them suing other companies that are doing it better. Ask yourself why. Why are they so steadfast against making Pokemon a better experience? They're getting their lunch taken from them left and right. And instead of making it better, they're trying to sue other companies into the ground. And then instead of making better games with more money, they're spending 20 million. I still can't get over this. And the ad wasn't even that good anyways. Like, it was just a bunch of people that I didn't even know it was Lady Gaga. I don't know what she looks like without all the makeup and outfits on. So when people would tell me it was Lady Gaga, I was like, oh, okay. Like, what? I don't care. I will never understand for the life of me. But the funniest part about this is IGN doesn't even talk about the money part of it. They just go Gaga for Lady Gaga, of course, and completely miss the entire story because they're just, oh, look at this. It's Pokemon during the Super Bowl. It's great, guys. Right? I quote tweeted Fake Wizard. I said, the craziest part, he's right. Which this actually went like pretty hyper viral today. 130,000 views, 12,000 likes. And all I did was quote tweet him and say he's right. His went pretty viral too, got 3,300. I don't know how it works on Twitter and how some things go more viral than others. But damn, Princess Luna, I made it less dog shit. Maybe this is what commercials need to do if they want to please customers again. Hold on. What is this?
Ah, what is that? It's like
Okay, you know what? That actually is a better commercial. When a whole section of the internet keeps flocking to their nearest real retailer, when a new pack hits the market, they'll keep getting away with whatever they want forever. Very true. I think the most important part of making these videos and having these conversations is to draw attention to it, to let people realize that these games are not taken seriously by Nintendo at all. They don't care to. They just use them to print money. Of all the companies to do something like that, it's really disheartening that Nintendo is the one doing that. Talk about the prototypical definition of milking a series into the ground. And then when it completely dies, they're going to be all shocked, like, oh, why does no one care about Pokemon anymore? We just kept giving them the same thing over and over again. He actually isn't even close, but thanks for confirming misinformation. If you actually research this is the thing. I was researching the price of the 30-second ads yesterday during the Super Bowl, unrelated to gaming at all. I was just curious to see what they were going for. 30-second ad was estimated going for $8 million. 8. I was even talking to my wife about it during the game. I was like, these are $8 million ads. And they weren't even good. It was a weak showing for ads at the 2026 Super Bowl. And this just goes to show that this is a bubble. This is the top, like calling the top. This kind of stuff happening, spending more on an ad than a game. How did we get to this point? How do we get to this point? But yeah, that is that's a pretty crazy story. I figure it was pretty wild to bring to you guys. And hopefully maybe people will start speaking with their wallets at some point, but it's Pokemon, so I wouldn't hold your breath. But I'll leave that there. The Dunkin' Donuts one was good. I'll give you that one. That was actually funny. That's the one I was just thinking of where it's like, that was the one that was like, okay, I'll give that one. That was like a retro themed with everyone. I like that one. G Game Master for the 5-bagger. Nintendo dropped the ball with Pokemon games. Last game I played was Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, which was peak of Pokemon games in the 2000s. The last one I played was the first one that came out on the Switch, the original Switch. And I got probably 4 hours into it, maybe. And it turned into one of those games that I felt like I was working and it was a chore. I wasn't having fun. I was just going through the motions. And I remember thinking, this is the same exact game I've played before. And that's not a good thing. There's nothing changed about it. It's literally just the same formula with colorful graphics. I'm like, yeah, you need to do something more than this. And that was the last time I played it.